morning, everyone. Myself, Samarth Mahajan. I am currently pursuing my BE Computer Science Engineering at IIT Meenakshi Institute of Technology, Bangalore. So, as a part of Samsung Innovation Campus, I have made a project called Animal Species AI. Let's go through the code once. I have imported the dataset from the cattle. So later I created the project folders to store the models and outputs. And later I verified the dataset whether it is imported correctly or not. So in my dataset there are total 10 classes. Each class has different images. And later I created a class mapping like for individual images from 0 to 9. So this mapping later I saved. So to take for stream leaves. So in next phase, I read the image paths and labels. So in my dataset information, there are around 26,179 images, and later these images are trained and splitted. So I trained 70% of total images and 30% of temporary images. So those temporary images later I split it into validation and test. So finally I got approx 19,000 trained images, 4,000 validation images and 4,000 test images. So we can see here the trained distribution, validation distribution and test distribution. Later I created the TensorFlow pipeline. And I also augmented the data, which prevents overfitting and gives the better results. In compilation, I used Adam as an optimizer. So you can see the images, sample images, where the individual images mapped into different dimension and directions. So I trained model using 10 epochs. Since I have used pre-trained model that is efficient net, since it is already pre-trained, it has trained on millions of images. So that's why I used less number of epochs. At final, I got around 97% of accuracy. And I have saved this total trained model in animal species.keras. You can see here the test accuracy is around 97% and test loss is around 0.09, which is very negligible. So this is my confusion matrix. You can see here all the diagonal elements, lines, images are aligned correctly. And this is my classification report, precision, recall, F1 score, and support. By this, we can say that my model has trained very efficiently. So these are some of the trained images. where actual and predicted images are correct. So let's see demo of this. Initially, this is how my UI looks. So when I upload an image, it is predicted as squirrel, which is correct. And you can see the confidence score is around 99%, which is very high confidence. And some animal information such as habitat, scientific name, lifespan, diet, and interest. So I have used Olama AI. I have split it as you can use as text assistant or voice assistant. Let's see first text assistant. Yes, you can see the information here. Now let's choose the voice mode. Does this animal speak?
Squirrels do make sounds, but they do not speak human language. They communicate with chirps, squeaks, and whistles to convey messages to other squirrels.
So this is all about my project. Thank you.